Welcome back, guys. Today I want to talk about somebody who I'm pretty sure is universally loved. We have heard stories about this wonderful man for years, just doing the absolute most human things. I remember there was a picture circulated around years ago where this absolute stellar human being sat down with a homeless guy and shared some food with him and just talked to him. And a huge Hollywood star taking time out of their day to make someone just feel like a human is the type of thing that we really should all aspire to do. I'd like to think I'm a tenth of the human being that Keanu Reeves is in his day-to-day life. I probably fall far short. Doesn't mean every single one of us should stop trying. So it's not a huge surprise that the one has kind of sounded off on really the existential threat and the obvious complete and total fuckery that is these generative models, whether that's AI art, whether that's now we seeing major issues for voice actors being asked to sign their rights away so that people can train models with their voice and just pretty much own their entire, identity for whatever it's worth. Doubt they would be given any residuals or down the road money. They just sign it away and we own you now and have fun standing around the burning garbage can. Good times for all. But Keanu Reeves, in a very recent interview, said, yeah, he's worried that AI could replace the journalists who interview him. And I do have a very, very close friend who is a journalist, and I worry about him. The last thing I'd want to see is him replaced. He is a fucking awesome guy, a very smart and thoughtful human being, and the last thing that anybody needs is to have news or content fed to them by a bot that has absolutely zero intention, thought, or understanding of what the hell it's regurgitating. So let's just hop in here a little bit. Just take a quick look at this absolute legend. We also know, if you've been alive over the past couple of years, there was this kind of... See, I actually didn't know that the fake Keanu Reeves that we saw on TikTok, Instagram, on social media wasn't actually a lookalike. It was, in fact, a deep fake, which we will get to later. But let's just hop into this article here and see what the legend has to say. Keanu Reeves, blah, 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 blah. He's the man. Gotta love the guy. Handsome. John Wick. So here's what it says. He is describing himself as interested in the storytelling of humans and their interactions with technologies. The beloved movie star had a few grievances to air out on everything from Chat GPT to the metaverse. Metaverse. When Reeves asked interviewer Angela Watercutter, good name, Angela Watercutter, if she thought a bot could be conducting this interview in the future, Watercutter responded that she wasn't worried it would happen in her lifetime. Angela, have you not been paying attention? Reeves then looked at her dead in the eye and said, oh no, you should be worried about that happening next month. And he's 100% correct. I mean, it's amazing to me that Keanu Reeves, I'm sure he's very busy, and he has a different lifestyle, that he remains so grounded and in touch with what is actually fucking happening on planet Earth. Like, this guy obviously gets it. What a fucking legend. Ironically, the interviewer later stumbled across a tweet about a writer's client replacing him with an AI. Telling Reeves about the story, Watercutter joked that he was probably right about the bots. Like, that's not really a joke. That's pretty alarming, Angela. Reeves didn't laugh. Thank you. Thank you, Keanu Reeves. Thank you for lending your voice to this. Maybe some fucking people will actually begin to listen. Reeves didn't laugh. Instead, after giving her a thoughtful look, he told her that corporations don't care about paying artists. They don't give a fuck. I mean, I think this is something that we have been saying on this channel and many other channels, and even some bigger YouTube channels, and a little bit I'm seeing in the mainstream media today. That no, they absolutely don't give a fuck. They want to replace you as quickly as possible because human beings have thoughts, they have suggestions, and they're just a bunch of messy artists who just make problems. I know at my old job, which is a relatively large art department in a pretty big company, the CEO, was he the CEO? Was he the president? I'm just going to say he was Captain Fuckhead, billionaire dick stain fuck boy. I don't know what that means, but he was that. He called the art department the kindergarten, and that trickled down, and we were given the appropriate level of respect as one would afford to a kindergarten full of small children who piss and shit themselves daily. I would say we deserved at least a little bit more than that. So after he said corporations don't care about paying artists, they don't give a fuck, went on to say the people who are paying you for your art would rather not pay you. He said they're actively seeking a way around you because artists are tricky. Humans are messy. I mean, he really absolutely gets it. I mean, what a guy. Honestly, Keanu, just anything you want, you can have it, brother. You can. It's all for you, my dude. Still, he admitted that ChatGPT's ability to churn out scripts, even if it merely combines or rips off existing ideas, is cool, but was doubtful about the AI's intention behind its synthesis. Like, yeah, cool doesn't mean like this should be widely adopted. Just as a concept, it's like kind of neat, which is about as far as I would give any of these text image models. Yeah, it's like kind of neat that it can like do this thing on its face value, but as soon as you peel back the onion any deeper or anything below the surface, it's just a giant ball of shit. So thank you so much, Keanu Reeves. He goes on to say, when you give a performance in a film, you know you're going to be edited, but you're participating in that. If you go into deep fake land, it has none of your points of view, which is scary. He also has some wisdom to share on people growing up with these tools. I was trying to explain, he basically explained to a 15-year-old kid the plot of The Matrix, and the kid said, well, who cares if it's fake? That's an entirely separate and actually kind of interesting conversation to have. Would you rather be in The Matrix and ignorance is bliss, or would you, red pill versus blue pill? That's an interesting conversation in and of itself. I mean, but Keanu Reeves is no stranger to this deep fake nonsense. I just kind of quickly Googled Keanu Reeves deep fake. There's a bunch of stories about this now, and the fact that Keanu Reeves is talking about this really is giving it, a little more play, a little more airtime. Let's hope people notice, because people absolutely love Keanu Reeves. I am no exception. I've never heard anyone say like that guy sucks. Even if you go back to like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is not the deepest story, but a wonderful story nonetheless. And you could make a criticism like, oh, maybe it's not the most transcendent acting. He did a fucking great job. That's a fucking awesome movie. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone can absolutely suck it. It was excellent. So this is the Keanu Reeves deepfake that I mentioned before. I had seen some of these on social media, and I thought it was just someone who looked just like him. And this was probably going back maybe close to a year now. It's hard to say. I have a goldfish brain. But, apparently this is all deep faked. Let's take a quick look here. Let's hear what this video says.
Keanu Reeves. Unreal Keanu Reeves is a brand new addition to the elite and incredibly scary celebrity deepfakes that are constantly expanding. This false Keanu Reeves can be seen on TikTok, where he makes references to his well-known films, dances, and cracks jokes.
You can kind of see that there's something a little off about it, but I'm not sure that if I didn't know this was a deepfake, because I didn't. I remember seeing these and thought, damn, that dude looks just like Keanu Reeves. And this is gonna become a serious problem. Like, forget about actors, forget about famous people. Think about the damage they can do to just regular people by deep faking them into all kinds of messed up scenarios. I don't want to really talk about some of the really darker and scarier stuff in this very short video, but I will be making a video at some point about some of the more insidious uses that we have imagined. And I mean, I don't even know if I could say this, like the child P, what some people are willing to do, even some comments that I have received on this channel that I maybe wanted to put in my Valentine's video, I couldn't because they were so fucking dark that I just uttering the words written in them just taints my soul, and it's just not okay. Some of the most depraved and disgusting people imaginable now have a very easy access to tools that allow them to act on their worst impulses. And that's not deep fake Keanu's. That's not deep fake Bruce Willis. This is stuff I dare not even utter, and stuff that involves children, which makes me absolutely fucking rage. So I've kind of avoided even mentioning it because I think even mentioning some of these things could get my channel like completely taken down, even if I'm speaking out against it or just pointing out like how dangerous some of these tools are. It's just, as I said, it's just fucking chilling. But we're gonna have to make a video about it at some point soon because it's too much of a problem to ignore. Reeling it back, Keanu Reeves, absolute legend, deep fake. But you can see here, I mean, this is not okay. I mean, and Keanu probably has seen these, and I'm not sure he even knew that these were deep fakes. You know, I think it's just a real problem. And I really want to shout him out for siding with logic, for siding with common decency. And hopefully we'll hear more from him. I mean, he has an absolutely incredible opportunity to really advocate for some ethical use of some of these tools. It really doesn't do anybody good to have a lot of trusted voices in media replaced by bots that can be made to say anything that anyone wants, who may or may not have a good agenda or a really, really insidious agenda. It's where we're heading. And maybe that's not even fair. Maybe it's not where we're heading. Maybe it's really just where we're at. I mean, we're seeing the voice, I don't know what you call the voice deepfake software that is super easy and just went public. I am concerned about actors and voiceover actors. That's a really hard job. Has anybody out there ever tried to do like voiceover acting, like real voiceover acting? Like somebody hit me once many years ago and was like, hey, you have like kind of a deep voice. I would love for you to try to do like this commercials for a watch company. So I went and sat in this guy's house and I read this script and I failed spectacularly. He was very nice about it. He's like, okay, well, thanks for that. He tried to coach me a little bit. Uncoachable, an absolute idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a very high tier skill. People who do voiceover acting, they're not born knowing how to do that. They don't just talk. It's not just talking. It's saying a script in a certain way, and then they say, okay, but can you do it all again but shave 2 seconds off? So then you redo the entire thing. You got to hit certain inflection points. Again, very high tier skill. Training a bot to replace these people and essentially stealing their identity, it's not okay. And why would anyone do this? Because companies want to save a few dollars. I've seen it. I've heard stories about it already, even going back a few months. People just getting straight up fired so that they can use these AI-powered bots to just do whatever the hell they want. This is capitalism. This is really all these companies care about. They just want to make money. The fewer people that they have to deal with and the more they can increase their ledgers, the profits in their ledgers, the happier they are. I do not like it. And if you want to say I'm a free market guy, it's all about a free market. Well, I don't think free is a term that should be applied unconditionally. I think there should be some decency in all that that implies. Should be a pretty fucking big part of all this shit. And I will continue to sit here and I will continue to advocate against bad actors. And I hope Keanu Reeves, stay vocal, my guy. You are an absolute fucking legend. I think everybody absolutely loves you, and we will continue to love you. If anything, this is a good news video. It's good news. An absolute legend who is universally loved is now speaking out. And again, I hope he continues to do so. Plenty more to come. I've got a whole shitload of tabs up here that I would love to talk about, but I don't want to make an hour-long video. Just kind of wanted to touch on this. That's it, guys. Talk to you soon.